Hi, second graders, welcome back. So now we get to practice together. So I'm going to show you what the practice set looks like and we'll go over it. So remember, our objective is I can answer questions about events and dates given a monthly calendar. Your first question says, John had to visit the allergist on May 11th. Here's May 11th, it's a Monday, for an appointment. The next consultation with the allergist is on May 13th. So you see Wednesday, May 13th. How many days are between these appointments? So you're going to start at May 11th and you're going to count how many more days until they get to the May 13th appointment. So let's start at May 11th and we count up to May 13th. We go May 12th and then May 13th. That's one jump, two jumps. So that is 2 days between these appointments. So on this line right here, you can write 2 days. So you should be ready to show your answers. Like we said, the very first one is 2 days. So let's move on to number 2. Number 2 says, today is May 14th, Thursday, May 14th. And Benny will leave for his flight to Oak Cliff on May 19th. Here's May 19th, it's a Tuesday. How many more days until Benny's flight? So again, we're going to start at 14 and we're going to count up to 19. Okay? So we're going to start at 14 and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 days until Benny's flight on the 15th, which is denoted right here. Then number 3, on May 16th, a new folk museum opened its doors. 2 days after the museum opening, Benny decided to visit the museum. On what date did Benny visit the new folk museum? So he was on May 16th, and then he waited 2 more days to go to the museum. So we're going to count up from 16, 2 days. That's 1, 2, which puts him on Monday, May 18th, which we put right here as our answer. Okay, so May 18th. Next is number 4. Benny decided to take a trip to Omaha on May 8th to see his sister. So let's look at the calendar at May 8th. Here's May 8th right here. It's a Friday. Then it says, after 14 days, he finally arrived in Omaha. What date did he arrive in Omaha? This word after, that means that it's going to come onto the calendar after the May 8th date, which means it's going to be to the right and kind of down here. So we're going to start at the 8th and we're going to count how many days? It says after 14 days. So we have a lot of counting to do. So let's count together. We're at 8 and we're going to count 14 more days. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, which puts us right here on Friday, May 22nd. And remember we said that there's 7 days in a week, which means in 2 weeks, that's 14 days. So all you really had to do was start at May 8th, and then you could have scoot down a row, that's 7 days, and scoot down another row, that's 14 days. So without having to do any counting, you could have come up with May 22nd. But however you decided to do it, that was fine. The answer was May 22nd, which is great. 1 is number 5. A new album from John's favorite band came out on May 2nd. Today is May 15th. John is going to buy the album. How many days did John wait to buy the album? So it told us that on May 2nd, the album came out. So it came out on Saturday, May 2nd. And he waited until May 15th. So how many days is that? Let's count. We're going to start at the 2nd and count all the way to the 15th. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 days. Let's check. All right, we got it. So 13 days. Next, if today is May 18th and Sally took her pet cat to the vet 7 days ago, then what was the date of the veterinary appointment? Okay, so they told us today is May 18th, which is right here on a Monday. And it told us that 7 days ago. That means 7 days in the past. So we're going back on this calendar 7 days. Now, my little trick works this way too. So if we know that 7 days is a week, we can just slide up 1 week and we can see that the answer would be May 11th. But let's count just to make sure. So let's go back 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. May 11th. So that is our answer. And let's double check and make sure. Yep, that's what we got. All right, so for number 7, Joan decided to have a party 8 days before her birthday. Listen to that word, before. That's important. When all of her friends were free. Joan had her birthday party on May 13th. So what was the actual date of Joan's birthday? So she had her party on May 13th on a Wednesday, okay? But her actual birthday is still 8 days away because it told us that she had this party 8 days before her actual birthday, which means 8 days in the past. So we need to count up 8 days to see when is Joan's actual birthday. So we're going to start on the 13th and we're going to count 8 days. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Joan's actual birthday is May 21st, which if you look at our answers, we have May 21st right here. All right, number 8. Jess called the water company to get service at her house. On May 25th, the technician arrived at Jess's house. 14 days after Jess called the water company. When did Jess call the water company? Okay, so Joan has called the water company 14 days before they show up, and they show up on May 25th. So we're going to come up here to the calendar and look at May 25th. But really, Joan called them 2 weeks ago. She called them 14 days ago. So we're going to start at the 25th and we're going to go backwards 14 days. Now you can use my trick of sliding up 2 rows because we know if 14 days is really 2 weeks, right? Or we can count 14. We're going to count 14 together and see if we get May 11th. So let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So we're good on May 11th, which let's double check our answers. Yes, we are doing so good. All right, and our last question. A new marine park opened up 9 days ago and is giving free access to the park in honor of their recent opening. If today is May 10th, then when did this new marine park first open its doors? So if today's May 10th and they opened 9 days ago, that means we need to go back. We need to go in the past, okay? So we're looking at May 10th and we're going back 9 days. So we're going to count backwards 9. Here we go. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means they opened on May 1st, Friday, May 1st. And there we go with our answer, May 1st. I hope that you were able to see how we could get those answers. So we are going to come back together. I really hope that you've enjoyed today's lesson. Tomorrow, we are going to practice some more, working with calendars, and we're going to start really working with that. But I want to ask you a question before we leave each other, and I want you to be thinking about it and get back to me tomorrow. So think about this question, and then tomorrow, I'm going to give you the answer. Okay, so my question is, today is April 15th. April 15th. How many more days are left in the month? So think about that for a second. You have to know how many days are in April to be able to answer this question. First, figure out how many days are in April. Then, I'm telling you today's date is April 15th. So you need to be able to tell me, how many days are left in the month of April? Okay, so when we come back together tomorrow, then I will give you the answer to that question. Hopefully you can figure that one out. It was great speaking with you guys. I hope you're doing well, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye.